background knowledge is?
Background knowledge is knowledge that you already know that.
Okay, background knowledge is something that you already know, that you already have in your brain, right? So remember how a few weeks ago when we started talking about background knowledge, I pulled open my filing cabinet and I told you how a filing cabinet is like your brain. You start to enter more information or more papers, more files, whatever it is. You start to build your background knowledge. So today we are going to work on activating and building our background knowledge about making decisions. Because we're going to read some different stories this week about people that had to make big decisions. So we are going to work on thinking about what kinds of decisions people might need to make so that we're ready to make some connections with the stories that we read. So really quickly, before we get started, I want you to turn to your neighbor, tell them what a background knowledge means in your own words. Ready? Go. Person across from you, next to you, whoever. All right, finish it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So today, our essential question this week is, when are decisions hard to make? So to start thinking about decisions, we're going to think about some of the hard decisions that you might have had to make in your past, something you might have to make coming up, but some kinds of hard decisions that we need to make in our lives. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by practicing an on your feet, heads together. Now remind me, what's the first step of on your feet?
Stand up.
You stand up. I say on your feet, right? And you stand up, and then what do you say? Heads together. I want you to do an on your feet, heads together with the person next to you. So not across from you this time, but the person next to you. And Andre and Andrew and Sonia, if you'll make a group of 3. If you need to make a group of 3, you know how to do it. So you'll talk to the person either next to you or a group of 3 if you need to. And I want you to think about this first question right here. What kinds of hard decisions do we have to make? So, Halimo, I want you to be with Megan and Kira. And then Jose and Sonia, will you be together? Andre and Andrew, you will be together. I know, and then I teach you to be 3. All right, any questions before we start with an on your feet? All right, ready? On your feet? Yes. Oh, let's try it again. Add a little more energy into it. Ready? Go. On your feet. Yes. Talk to the person next to you or across from you that you're talking to. What kinds of hard decisions do we have? Seated, I need all your attention and showing me that you were ready by sitting down. Voices off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to pull some sticks out of here, and I want you to either tell me something you said or something that you heard about some decisions that you might have to make. What I'd like you to do in your notebook, on that next blank page, I want you to write the first question that's up here on the board. So what kinds of hard decisions do we have to make? I want you to take your notebook. And write that question up at the top. What kinds of hard decisions do we have to make? As we talk as a class, we're going to write down and build some of our background knowledge about the decisions that we need to make as we are sharing our ideas. So go ahead and get that question written at the top. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. This top question right here. Thanks, Romeo, for showing me you're ready.
What question?
Okay, you got about 5 seconds.
What
5,
question?
4, 3. Write this question in your notebook. 2. This whole sentence. All right, I'm going to start pulling sticks. Share with me some ideas that you either heard or you said about examples of hard decisions that we have to make. We're going to start taking some notes about it and building our background knowledge. Marie, what? Marie, can you tell us what something either you said or you heard? Okay, perfect. Your choice in college. That's a tough decision. When I was in high school, I had to decide between what college I was going to go to. Yes, I'm a Utah fan. Sure. But I could have gone to Utah State. I could have gone to BYU. I could have gone to... I had to decide where I was going to apply. So that is a tough decision that people have to make. And as you start to grow up, go on in your future, it's a tough decision that you're going to have to make. Am I going to go to college? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Those are some tough decisions. So I'm going to say college. That's great. Thank you, Marie, for that. Jose, share with us something you said or heard. Okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? So, like a job. You say what you want to be. What you want to be when you grow up. Perfect. Equity, I'm coming to you next. Equity was something you said or heard that you liked. You got one, Equity? Is Halimo helping you out? Equity, go ahead and share with us. Can I come back to you? Okay, we're going to come back to you. Innocent, share with us something you either heard or you said about tough decisions that you have to make. Or some tough choices. Do you need me to come back to you? All right, I'm coming back. James, share with us something, and then we're going to Kira. James, share with us something you either said or heard about tough decisions that you have to make. Okay, what job you want? Okay, job choices. Kira.
When you're at a grocery store and you figure out what you buy.
Okay, when you're at the grocery store, that's a common thing, but it's a tough decision, right? You've got to figure out what you're going to make for dinner. So I'm going to say, at the grocery store. Or maybe you're going to decide, am I going to buy a bucket of ice cream? Or do I not have the money for a bucket of ice cream this time? That's a tough decision that you might have to make. Thank you to those of you. I like how Innocent's writing down all of his notes that we've got written up here on the board. He's building his background knowledge as he takes his notes. Thank you. I like how Joanna's doing the same, and Megan. All right, Equity, we're going to come back to you. Equity, how about a tough decision that you might have to make? Perfect. What classes you want to take? Especially as you guys, we registered for middle school last week, right? You had to make some decisions about what classes you were going to take. That's a great example.
What class are you going to take?
All right, Innocent, give us another decision that you might have to make. You don't have one? All right, somebody at Red Table, since you guys were kind of all talking together, give us an decision that you heard or you talked about. Savannah, you got one? Okay.
She's a liar. She's a liar.
What kind of candy? That's fine. That's a choice. Thank you, Table, for working together, remember? Whoever said it, it's called teamwork. Okay, so at a candy store, when you're shopping. All right, any other examples that you want to add up? Megan?
Like maybe you have to choose if you want to play an instrument or sing.
Okay, if you want to play an instrument or sing. That's a tough decision.
Sing.
Okay, if you would like to write that on your paper, please do keep writing them. Right, what else?
Democracy with presidents.
Perfect, when you vote, you have to choose who you're going to vote for. You have to choose who you're going to vote for in a democracy, right? Halimo, great example. Thank you, right? Halimo, you're going to go to college or not? Are you going to work or are you going to go to college? Hopefully you'll all go to college. But it is a choice that you have to make. Any other ideas of some tough decisions that you might have to make? Melanie?
Where you want to live.
Where you want to live? Are you going to stay here in Utah? Or maybe your family has to make a decision about if they're going to move. Those are great, some tough decisions that have to be made. What else? Any other ideas? Thank you for sharing, Yusuf. What kind of shoes are you going to buy? It's a tough decision, right? Okay. What kinds of shoes you're going to buy? So we make a lot of tough decisions in our lives.